Hi, welcome to today's tutorial, and today we are going to be talking about how to make simple enemy detect and follow player around in Unity. I'm just going to show you how what we're going to be um, working on today works. So I have this player here. I have this first person controller, and I have that cube always acting as the enemy. So when I move, the cube detects me, rotates towards me, and starts chasing me. So I'm going to be showing you how I made this in Unity. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is create a, we already have a cube and we also have our first person controller, which is just a capsule with rigid body, a first person, simple first person controller script. Yeah, all of that. This is the cube, and this is the cube that's going to be acting as you know, the enemy. All right, named it cube, give it a tag of enemy. Uh, we also have a script on it called enemy controller, which is what we're going to be doing our logic in. So I'm going to open up this, right? So as you can see, I already have, you know, the code set up already, but I'm going to, just scrap all this out and then rewrite it so you can see how it's done. All right, so let's just go. Let's start by scrapping this out. Uh, then go for live food. We'll say transform target. We'll create another one for transform. Say this is for our speed. That's our enemy speed. We'll create another one. We'll just create all this out. With this. So we go, let's say, uh, so let's create a new post. Call it uh, say targets. So I'm doing this because I don't want the player to move, the enemy to move on his y-axis. So the enemy is just following the player's x-axis and z-axis, not the y-axis, right? So avoid player, moving towards the up direction. So you just move towards the x and the z-axis. That is why I'm doing this. Then when I say transform position like this, right? It also one for rotate. Right. So what we are doing is we want the player to look at the we want the enemy to look at the player, right? So yeah, we want him to rotate and look at the player. So that's why we're doing this. I'll do one for the attack. So it stops the movement. So we'll call the rotate here. Okay. So just call it rotate here. And then we'll fix update here. Something like attack. So yeah, we have everything set up like I said before. Here we are checking the distance between the player and the enemy, all right? And if the distance between the player and the enemy is less than or equals distance detection range, which is what we created here. And we also check if the distance between the player and the enemy is greater than the attack range, right? Which is right? So once the distance is now less or equals the attack range, right? We stop chasing and then we start attacking, all right? So for that, let me just I think what I can do is I can just okay, yeah. So also yeah, we check for the position, all right? The direction of our player, right? By we check the direction of our player, right? And then we rotate to look at the we just rotate to look at the direction of our player, right? So that's what we are doing now. So let's test it and see how it works. So I'm going to increase this to say, let me reduce it to 2, and then just leave this 4, and then yeah, um, okay, let's play. So as you can see, the enemy has not detected us because we are still very far from the enemy. So let's move. So once you can see, the detectors and start chasing us, right? So you can see now we are attacking because the enemy is now in attack range. Okay, so this is funny. Let's solve this. So why that is happening, I think it's because of so what we're supposed to do here is we're supposed to say direction because so we keep the y rotation, the y rotation, that's the y axis. We keep it horizontal on horizontal plane, only on horizontal plane. All right. Then we say then we normalize it. So this way that won't happen. So that should be solved. So let's try again. As you can see, that is no longer happening. we don't have that bug anymore. You can see everything is, working the way it should work. So yeah, this is how you create a simple enemy detect and follow player system in Unity. Right. So if you like this video, please like, or if you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and then turn on your notification button for the next tutorial. And thank you, and see you in the next tutorial.